Hollywood, the land of golden dreams and eternal nightmares. In 1947, a murder case forever changed this glittering city. A case filled with horror, mystery, and unprecedented violence. A murder that was never solved, its shadow still heavy over Los Angeles. Are you ready to enter the real and terrifying world of the Black Dahlia? It was 1947. Hollywood, a magnet, pulled hopeful people from all over America. Becoming a star, getting rich, being famous. These were the dreams thousands of young men and women woke up with every morning. Among them was a girl named Elizabeth Short. She was just 22, with eyes full of dreams and raven black hair. Like many others, Elizabeth was looking for an opportunity. She thought Hollywood was where her dreams could come true. But she didn't know that a shadow far darker than fame was hiding behind the glitter of the stars. A shadow that would forever turn her life into a real nightmare. Elizabeth was often seen in black clothes. This led her friends and acquaintances to nickname her the Black Dahlia. Maybe because her hair was dark and deep, like the petals of a dahlia flower. Elizabeth didn't have a stable life. Sometimes she stayed with friends, sometimes in cheap hotels. She was never settled in one place, constantly moving between cities in California. She was a free spirit, but at the same time, she carried a peculiar loneliness. A loneliness that perhaps made her more vulnerable. It was the night of January 9th, 1947. Elizabeth was last seen at the fancy Biltmore Hotel in Los Angeles. She was sitting in the hotel lobby, or perhaps talking to someone. The exact details aren't clear. But after that night, Elizabeth disappeared, as if the earth had opened up and swallowed her. No trace, no news, as if she had never existed. Days passed, and no one heard from the Black Dahlia. This silent disappearance, in itself, was the beginning of a terrifying feeling. A feeling that something bad was coming. The morning of January 15th, 1947, about 6 days after Elizabeth disappeared, a housewife named Betty Bersinger was walking with her 3-year-old daughter in the Leimert Park neighborhood of Los Angeles. They reached a vacant lot. Betty saw something she first thought was a plastic mannequin someone had left there. She walked closer to get a better look. With every step she took, her heart sank further. What she saw was too horrifying to ever forget. It wasn't a mannequin. It was Elizabeth Short's body, left there, abandoned in the cold morning. The scene Betty saw was unimaginable. Elizabeth's body was cut in two, completely drained of blood, as if it had been meticulously cleaned. And her face was cut from the corners of her mouth to her ears, a terrifying Glasgow smile. Other brutal cuts were evident on her body, showing that the killer had done these acts with precision and cold-bloodedness. Her body was posed in a specific way, as if the killer wanted to send a horrifying message. This was no ordinary murder. It was a sadistic work of art, the signature of a calculated killer. The news exploded in Los Angeles. Newspapers gave Elizabeth the name the Black Dahlia. Huge headlines filled every page. People were terrified, The LAPD launched one of the biggest and most publicized investigations in its history. Detectives worked day and night to find the killer. Thousands of people were interrogated. Many confessed, but it turned out they were lying. The killer even sent letters to the police and newspapers, full of taunts and false clues. It was as if he wanted to play a game with the police. Despite all efforts, the Black Dahlia case slowly went cold. Leads disappeared. Witnesses changed their stories. Thousands of strange theories emerged. Some said it was a mad doctor. Some said a Hollywood star. But no solid evidence was ever found. As time passed, hope for finding the killer diminished. This case became an open wound on the body of Los Angeles, a wound that never healed. The Black Dahlia case was never solved. The killer was never found. That terrifying shadow remained in Hollywood's history. A bitter reminder that sometimes monsters are real. They don't have horns or tails. They can be like an ordinary person you pass on the street. Elizabeth Short's killer was a ghost, a shadow that was never touched by light. And this in itself is the height of fear and horror, that the killer lived freely and was never punished for what he did. Today, when we hear the name Black Dahlia, we mostly think of a crime mystery, a Hollywood movie, or a scary story. But we forget that Elizabeth Short was a real person, a girl with her own dreams and aspirations, an innocent victim whose life ended horribly. This case, more than a detective story, is a human tragedy. The tragedy of a girl who didn't become a star, but instead became a bitter symbol of the darkness beneath Hollywood's surface. Even after all these years, the Black Dahlia case continues to fascinate people. It's as if Elizabeth Short's spirit still wanders the streets of Los Angeles, searching for her killer. This story reminds us that some of the most horrific events happen in this very real world. And some monsters are never caught. They hide in the shadows, and perhaps, even now, they are closer than we think. A real nightmare that never ends. And there you have it. Another journey into the shadowy corners of reality here on Dark Facts. The story of the Black Dahlia remains a chilling testament to the darkness that can lie hidden in even the brightest of places. If you found this dive into the unknown unsettling and fascinating, make sure to hit that like button below. It helps us bring more of these dark truths to light. And if you're hungry for more real horror and unexplained mysteries, don't forget to subscribe to Dark Facts and ring the notification bell so you never miss our next descent into the darkness. Thanks for watching, and remember, the truth can be stranger and often darker than fiction.